Good afternoon on a Friday. Hope you're having a good day. Today, as promised, definitely notching the temperatures up. PDX has hit 80 degrees the last 2 days, Wednesday and Thursday at 4 o'clock. We were 88. So we may get up to 90, which was my forecast high for today. Meteorologist Rod Hill coming to you from Vancouver, Washington. So we have a new development. This coming Sunday, all of a sudden, is trending even hotter than it was showing. We had 92, 93. Now I've got Sunday at 96. Sunday may be in the upper 90s. If it hits 97, it would become the warmest day of the year so far in Portland. The Weather Service has issued a heat advisory for this coming Sunday. So that's new, and I'll talk more about that. The story that we have been following, this 1 or 2 days of really hot weather with the potential for 90-degree temperatures next week, the timing has changed. And now that I've just looked at data, the timing may be changing again. So clearly, what we're talking about next Wednesday or Thursday or Friday, still lots of time for the model fluctuation to change the forecast. But I begin with this. So these are both European models for Wednesday of next week. Yesterday's model had high pressure pretty close to the West Coast, right in here, right? And it looked like we would have really hot days coming on Tuesday and Wednesday. Now, the models that came out last night and this morning, the updated ones, now take the same ridge, but they hold it out to sea a little bit. It's generally, well, it's close to the same strength. It looks like it's weakened a little bit, but it's offshore, more offshore. This cool wave that's coming with the low pressure system, this is actually this coming Monday. And then by Wednesday, the low out of Canada is over the Hudson Bay. But unleashes this cooler weather flow pattern. And it's looking more and more like after we heat up this Sunday, that we cool down on Monday and aren't really that hot on Tuesday thanks to this. But then ridging could quickly build in on Thursday for 1 day or 2 days. At any rate, is the forecast all over the board in terms of what's actually going to happen next week? Yes. The one constant is that we're still expecting some hot weather. We're still expecting this strong upper level ridge or heat dome to settle somewhere over the western United States. Okay, I'll get you to the latest model animations. All of this brought to you by the Momentous Wealth Podcast. Listen on Apple Podcasts, listen on Spotify for a variety of investment topics meant to educate you. Local firm Momentous Wealth Management are the ones behind the podcast. Okay, I want to take you through the three regional offices here in Oregon, starting with PDX. This is the new player. See the orange? Heat advisory for this coming Sunday afternoon into the evening for high temperatures, generally in the Willamette Valley, mid to maybe upper 90s. Similar story out in the gorge. Maybe the Dalles hits 100. And then the darker color, that's that extreme heat watch for next week, which ultimately the timing and the degree is still kind of all over the board. Here's Medford. So they have a heat advisory down through Roseburg, heat advisories on Lakeview. So down in southwestern Oregon, extreme heat warning for some hot weather in Medford itself. We'll check out Medford's forecast here in a moment. Here's a Pendleton office, heat advisory. This is Sunday out through Hermiston, Pendleton, temperatures around 100 degrees. So yes, as we head into the weekend of July 12th and July 13th, things are definitely heating up. Okay, you get the message. Um, Here's the European model, which is the model I'm going to be showing you today. This is this afternoon. This is the upper flow pattern. Here's 594 ridging sitting up offshore. Here's the warming air that's taken us from near 80 for a forecast high to near 90 for a forecast high today. Tomorrow is going to be similar. Some models actually show a push of some marine cloudiness tomorrow. If we get that, we may hold in the upper 80s. If we wake up to clear skies tomorrow morning, Saturday, we probably get right back up to about 90. Look how high the pressure heights are. 594 over California, 591, 92 over our area. If you just look at that, you would assume it's going to be 90 tomorrow, right? And then we go to Sunday. Sunday's the day that the heat is expected to build. Look at this 594 high, California, Nevada, extending offshore. 591 high. This is a big area of high pressure and warming temperatures. This is Sunday, where the forecast is now mid 90s to even upper 90s and some 100-degree temperatures in the state. Heat advisory issued. Okay, now see this little, here's a cold low. Here's the secondary low that's feeding kind of a wing off of this main cooling area up in Canada. So let me play this into Monday. So there that is Monday. Doesn't look like much, But you can see that it's basically this trough is pushing the ridging. Here's the ridging, follow my cursor, pushing it out west. And we get some cooling kind of coming through. See the trough here? A bit of a northerly flow that should cool us down, at least knock us down to 90, maybe hold us into the 80s. I've got 87 for Portland on Monday. There's a 573 low, holding the heat back. Okay. Tuesday, that moves on and we moderate somewhat. I don't think we're going to be hotter than 90 on Tuesday. So that's a big change from 24 hours ago. And now most models suggest that Wednesday of next week will be the hottest day. Now, if you look at this, does this look impressive? No, it doesn't. 586, 587 pressure height. Not as strong of a high pressure aloft as what we have right now, or what we'll have Saturday, or what we'll have Sunday. But the surface temperatures are quite warm, and I'll show those to you. Okay, and then it goes into Friday, kind of warming back up again. And I really wouldn't put much confidence in beyond that, but let's see what it shows. There it shows a low kind of dropping down Sunday, July 20th. Okay, we got to get through next week. The models have not been consistent, so let's get through next week. Okay, these are the Celsius 850 millibar temperatures. When we look for heat waves as forecasters, we want to know what the pressure heights are. I just showed you, but even more importantly are the 850 temperatures, because we can mix that temperature level down to the surface and get a pretty good idea of what our heat ceiling could be. So here we are this afternoon. So plus 17, I will tell you, Celsius at 5,000 feet gives you a temperature of anywhere from 84 to 94 degrees at the surface. And we're going to be right about 90 today. Okay. So 17 today, little change tomorrow, 18. So if we don't get a morning marine flow, this would show we could be 1 to 2 degrees hotter tomorrow than today. Look at the heat building. This is plus 30. This is big time 100, 105, even 110 degree temperatures in parts of northern Nevada and down here in extreme southern Oregon. That's hot stuff. That's Saturday afternoon. So a lot of heat areas. Now here comes Sunday. See that plus 21? This is the European model. Plus 21 means we're absolutely in to 92 or 93, and we could be 98 or even 100. And then you got these plus 30s. These are, again, 100, 105, 110 out in parts of southeastern Oregon. This is really hot, kind of concerning heat. Now, notice the cool down. Here's Monday. That's what we just talked about, all the way back down to plus 16. That's no warmer than 90 and maybe only in the 80s with enough of a westerly flow. And then Tuesday, that moderates us a little bit, but maybe we hit 90 Tuesday, maybe we don't. You still have these plus 30, 100, 105, 110 temperatures hanging out over Nevada and parts of southern Oregon. And then what is looked to be the warmest day on most of the models at this point is Wednesday of next week, plus 20, 19, 21. So this is not actually as hot as what this coming Sunday looks like. But again, you would assume 94, 95, and maybe hotter. And then when I worked this morning, the models that came out this morning showed that Thursday could be as hot as Wednesday. But now look at this. Now all of a sudden models are cooling Thursday back down. Plus 17 would be 84 to 90 degrees probably. And then even cooler going into Friday. So I hope more than anything you're getting out of this. So we have some hot risk coming, but the modeling is all over the board. Every single day the models adjust which day is going to be hotter, which day won't, what the hot ceiling could be, what it won't be. All of this is fluctuating on a daily basis. Okay, let's go around the horn. Let's go down to Medford. Now look at these temps. 103 tomorrow, 104 Sunday, 102, 102. I mean, that's not overly extreme for Medford, but certainly hot. Okay. What about Pendleton? 96 tomorrow, 100 Sunday, 98 Monday, and then actually maybe not as hot as the Valley. Temperatures in the 90s, if that's correct. All right. Here's Bend. 94 Saturday, 98 Sunday, 95 Monday. Nothing extreme next week. We'll see if that's right. I really would take these forecast numbers with a grain of salt. I noticed today, just something I noticed, that the National Weather Service had not changed their numbers, the office here in Portland, to equal their own model output that comes out of the National Weather Service Forecast Center. So I almost think these numbers are kind of lagging behind. I wouldn't put a whole lot of stock in them. Here's Seattle, 82 Saturday, 85 Sunday. I wouldn't put much stock in them beyond this weekend. 85 on Sunday. Shows an 88 Wednesday. It shows Wednesday next week being the hottest. Okay. North Bend, 60s. That shows you no big east wind day. How about Astoria? Well, 70 on Sunday, 72 Tuesday, 73 Wednesday. So there's some warmth along the north coast. And here is my updated Portland 7-day. And at this point, if you wanted to, you could change the 7-day forecast 2 times a day. That's how inconsistent the modeling is being. So 88 tomorrow. If we don't have any early clouds, it could be 90, 92. I've got Sunday 96. Could be closer to 100. Keep your eye on Sunday. Could be a surprise. Holy cow, is this a hot day? National Weather Service has issued a heat advisory, remember. Monday not as hot, 87 or 90 at most. Tuesday around 90 at most. Wednesday, here we go again, 95, 98. Could Thursday be that warm or is it cooling down? Then I got Friday at 88. All right. That's your update. For now, we will zero in on Sunday's forecast. Be prepared. We'll continue to watch a heat spike next Wednesday, maybe next Wednesday, Thursday. If you haven't subscribed, please do so. You'll be notified when I post. It helps me out. I'm Rod Hill. I will talk to you soon.